Hey guys, I'm Brandy with Brandy Mojo Tarot and Spirit Messages. I'm coming to you live with the all fire signs energy read for April 9th to April 20th, 2019. I'm just going to jump right in. Have the Ace of Wands in reverse. Sweet me. Spirit, what's going on with the fire signs? Please make me a clear channel for the fire signs energy read for April, mid-April. For Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. What's happening in 3D? Oh, okay. Well, I have the cue. All right. All right. So there's a major story here. Okay. Looks like some opposition. All right. This is one of those things where I'm just going to let the cards fall as they might. All right. Okay. That makes some sense. All right, up here I've got the Ace of Wands, the Faith card in reverse, and I'll go into those here a little bit. Hey, Champagne. This is an all fire signs reading. I'm just getting started. I wanted to get the cards, um, let Spirit do its thing with its cards, and now I'm going to interpret this story, I guess, for the fire signs reading. Okay, I have the Ace of Wands with Faith in reverse. Would be the Hierophant here. I have the Death card here for new beginnings, the Knight of Swords, the Emperor in reverse, in the headspace of the fire sign energies. And over these cards fell the Lovers in reverse, the Hangman in reverse, and the Five of Cups. Um, the the energy for this reading is, feeling like that spark, that love. Hmm. It looks like for the fire signs, okay, this Five of Cups or this Five of Coins feeling out in the cold, like these fire signs are no longer, in the hangman position where they are kind of strung up on a love situation, and there's like a rebirthing going on here with the Ace of Wands and the Hierophant. It's setting that spark of life, that spark of passion. It's kind of like turning that energy around right here, filtering with the intellect and the transformations coming through, um, to kind of turn in this emperor, to turn the emperor back on his head again. And maybe it's also like putting some intellect to maybe an egotistical aspect of the self. It's going within, I feel. A lot of fire signs have been going within through these struggles, in the hangman position, about a love or unity, or how they felt in the past. um, I really feel like it's serious contemplation. And I feel a lot of that going on in the headspace right now. um, in the heart space, you have the Two of Wands and the Nine of Cups in reverse, and above it you have the Four of Wands in reverse and the Ace of Coins. in reverse. Like I've all like all these cards aside, I'm gonna pull these off for a second. Two of Wands, you have the Nine of Cups, the Eight of Swords, the Eight of Wands, the Five of Swords. Okay, this is an energy where you have choices, but there might be some confusion amongst the choices that may have you feeling trapped and keeping you away from that which is what you desire and the things that you desire that you need to have faith in, but right now you may not. Um, but it has you in a sense of feeling trapped. So feeling battle worn. This also has Sagittarius energy here with the Eight of Wands. It's like you're not wanting to miss your target. You're not wanting to feel trapped anymore because you have things that you need to, you have goals that you have set that you need to remain focused on. Five of Swords, I feel like in this energy, is also laying down the burdens of battle or the mindset, the intellect to be at odds um, with the way that things are transpiring. It's kind of like you're no longer wanting to be trapped in this energy with this King of Coins here. This is an earth sign. Um, it could be, all I know is that it's masculine energy for the reader, whoever is reading. This masculine energy is what is covering the Eight of Swords and the union um, not being stable with the Four of Wands and the Ace of Coins here. It's like a wish fulfillment not yet ready coming. It's not ready to come into fruition right now, but there's options with the Two of Wands underneath here. Um, this is also a time for grounding because of this masculine energy here. You're definitely feeling like you're needing to get more grounded and more stable, not only in the physical aspects of things, but in the mental aspects of things. You know, not being so worn down um, with the energy of this rebirthing process that you've been going through. Um, you're coming out of an energy of being in um, slow movement and some stagnation. You're coming above, so you're you know, you're rising above some of the obstacles here. Some of the burdens I feel for feminine energy here. Some of the burdens that you've been experiencing within the home with the Ten of Cups here um, are now starting to look, um, these things of these feelings of feeling burdened are now starting to come to an end here. Um, in general retrospect, um, it looks like fire signs for the most part right now, are enduring some periods of letting go, trying to have faith in themselves, to start over again, after a long battle. No longer feeling suspended, no longer feeling out in the cold. Um, for some, it's still getting over, um, in the mindset, kind of coming into intuition, changing the frame of thoughts from feeling out in the cold to acknowledging that everything that's happened has happened for a reason, and trying to turn the trying to turn things around, really, and getting more grounded, wanting union and knowing that having choices, but wanting to get more stable because there's been some lack energy in the past, and you're coming forward out of that battle mind where you want to get more stable. And now that the burdens are starting to lift, you're starting to feel that some of these cycles are starting to close themselves out, and for the better. You have temperance here. So there's something going on where temperance is being used to balance you in your head and your heart space, which you didn't have faith in before, you might now. A situation maybe that's taken some time to build or to understand, but that's part of the enlightenment process of the Reaper, birthing process that you're going through right now, fire signs. Oh, wow. Yeah, it's balancing out your Queen of Wands energy, working working on the self and learning to embrace that which you don't understand. And here we have the Emperor again. Pretty much just working on what I'm getting is you're just working on trying to build an empire and trying to have the patience within yourself to undergo the lessons that you're experiencing at this current time while you're trying to get more stable. Not that you're letting go of the ideals of what you want in the future, but more or less putting the focus that you need into your stability and getting over um, this minor setback. You know, the High Priestess in reverse, it only tells me that right now it's if it's coming, if you're wanting to know about union, or there's the Five of Coins again, everything is pretty much being worked on in divine timing. Some things are not being spoken, some things are not being revealed to you at this moment, but there's a good reason. It's because it's going to help you build a stronger foundation, in the future. With your King of Pentacles. There he is for the second time in this reading. Five of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles, the Emperor twice, the Queen of Wands twice. Those burdens with the Queen of Wands being lifted, trying to build a more stable foundation for the future with her King of Pentacles. No longer being materialistic, looking at things from a materialistic point of view, walking away from what no longer serves you in the situation. I would say walking away from a selfish individual um, that led to you feeling like out in the cold. You've been grounding yourself since you parted ways with this person. And you've definitely been looking at the things that you've harvested or the things that you've learned. You're definitely evaluating the things that you've learned in the situation, and you're not taking those things for granted anymore. Because you know what it means to be happy with the experiences that you've had, the ups and downs, the trials, the tribulations, some of the secrecies, the things that you've gone through on this journey. You know what it means to be happy. You know what you want deep down. Of course you would. You're a fire sign. You're going to definitely know what you want. But you're going through a phase where you're wanting to put your efforts into things that are more meaningful, and you know how to go about them now. You are coming to a sense of peace within yourself, and it's propelling you to move forward to get more grounded and to get more stable in the 3D aspect of things. It also looks like with temperance here, you're gaining the patience that you didn't once have in the past situations. And, even sometimes in this journey, getting frustrated with yourself, you're now coming to a point where you're now gaining that trust and you're now gaining that knowledge within yourself that, you're becoming more and more stable and more grounded every day, with the earth. Um, you still have that fiery passion and that, that sort of truth, kind of energy. But at the same time, it looks like things are becoming more balanced for you. Truth and intellect, intelligence, enlightenment, I really feel like is coming very swiftly. Mm. This energy of the Five of Swords in reverse with the Ace of Pentacles and the Page of Wands, to me it feels as if this is a very good energy right here where You are no longer wanting to um, battle with the lower vibrational energies, and you're ready to bring in stability and passion and creativity into your future. And it's really saying that you're no longer going to battle your mind. You're just going to go for, you know, what feels good to you and what feels like you should be doing to get grounded in nature. And you're just following and trusting your intuition. You're following and trusting your guts. You're not fighting with yourself anymore. And so I really feel like for fire signs, the coming energy that's moving through right now is bringing you abundance in the material plane, and it's also bringing in a new fresh perspective, a new fresh outlook on how to move forward. And it's a really positive read, guys. I think this pretty much just sums it up of where you guys are, where you guys have been, where you guys are headed. And right now, it looks like you guys are totally cleaning up and clearing up cycles. Maybe trying to go through that lesson of, where you were once closed off in love, learning how to reopen, your heart chakra. I feel like that's another thing that's being touched on here. A lesson in reopening your heart chakras, laying down the battle, laying down that whole he said, she said, did this or did that, or this wrong or this right, and like even to some degree the need for speaking the truth. It's kind of like laying down the swords and saying, you know what, I surrender to the flow of things. All I really want is just to be balanced. But that's pretty much what's going on in the fire signs energy right now. Is just pretty much saying like, okay, well, I know that I can be feisty, but it's really time for us to get grounded. There's lots going on. I'm really ready to focus on getting my House of Pentacles in order, and going through the lessons of balance within the self and learning how to have patience, um, finding your peace. That's pretty much what's going on right now with the fire signs, guys. That concludes the reading for all fire signs for April 9th to the 20th, 2019. Thank you for watching. Tune in to the other all reads for the earth, air, and water signs. Thank you from Brandy, Tarot, and Spirit Messages.